Nova Scotia. Camped at a really cool camp spot last night. We're going to call it Blueberry Fields. It is blueberries. What a nice view. Mountaintop. See the ocean in the distance. We're going to get on the road, do some exploring, and then camp somewhere, find somewhere cool place to camp tonight. And then tomorrow we're taking the ferry over to Newfoundland. So let's go. Morning. Today's a big day. We are heading over to Newfoundland. We got a nice public campsite here. Got some showers. Got filled up with water. So when we get on the island, we're ready to roll. So let's get this day started. It is Sunday. So we decided to take the shorter route. It's a 6-hour ferry ride to Port Bass, Newfoundland. The ferry arrived around 3:30, 4 o'clock, so it was kind of late. So we went up to, it's called Cape Ray. It's a lighthouse up over here. It's only about a half an hour from where the ferry dropped us off. So that's where we saw the foxes. Keep in mind too, this is a lighthouse, so if it gets foggy, it's going to be pretty noisy. Luckily, we had some good weather. The next morning, we packed up and headed up Route 1 to Stevensville. I had a quick lunch there, really had a nice diner. From there, we went across. We want to do more of a central Newfoundland instead of taking Route 1 all the way. So we went around, we took 480. That heads across to a ATV trail we found. It's basically just a dirt road. It's about a 60, 70 mile dirt road, fairly rough. So we took that through the center, found some cool waterfalls, and then we got into the town of right up in here and found a really cool camp spot right on the lake. From there, we continued to 370, went into Badger and aired up. And then from Badger, we took Route 1. Our destination for the day was heading towards Bona Vista area. So we went over in here. This is Bona Vista. That's where all the puffin birds are, which was pretty cool to see that. We spent the night probably like a half mile from where the bird area is. There's a couple of remote campsites there. The next day we turned around and started heading back. We took Route 1 and we went up into Twillingate, which is an awesome place to camp. Found a couple really cool camp spots up there. One on the hill, one that was kind of secluded, and another one that was a little off the beaten path. So we picked the secluded one, which was kind of like overlooking the cliffs and stuff. Saw some fishing boats through here, did a long hike into town, which is really cool. So after that, we headed back down here, took Route 1, and ran into a little bit of rain. So that was perfect for a day of driving. We took Route 1 all the way back into here, and then we went to Grossmoor National Park. We did some sightseeing through Grossmoor. Camped overnight, found a really cool, another little lake spot where there's a yellow bus there on a lake that was fairly protected. And then from there, kind of headed back slowly into towards the ferry. We spent the last night kind of on Overlook, which was pretty nice there, and then came back in there. But the island of Newfoundland is varies on temperature. You know, when we camped at Cape Ray on the seashore here, it was 67 degrees, really cool. When you get more into the central part of Newfoundland, it can be quite a bit hotter. So when we're up in this area, it was in the 80s, hit the 90s. So it varies drastically depending on where you are on the island. And also, you know, it's nice to have different camp spots picked out, because if it's going to be, Newfoundland's notorious for windy conditions. If it's going to be super windy, it's nice to have some spots that are a little lower and secluded and protected from the wind. On nice days, you know, you can do some cliff tops and do the nice views for camping. So let's get back to the story. That's a quick brief of the map. Made it aboard, checking out the room here, pretty cool. Let's go to the front. This is actually the front of the boat. Ferry. Two beds, some TV on.
While another one closes. That's how it always goes. One heart's breaking while another one is mending. It's all in the ebb and flow. If I had to, I could go it alone, but I don't ever need to, because I have a home, somewhere to run to. I could live alone in the woods, not a single sound, but I would never feel alone, because you've become my home.
Good morning. This is our second day in Newfoundland. We're just packed up, weather clear this morning. So we're gonna hit some trails and check out some cool things on the island. So let's get going. up? Just arrived at campsite 2 in Newfoundland. We are on a lakefront. Right there. Temperature is 80 degrees with a nice wind to keep any of the little bugs away. So. Just breached. It was awesome. I'm gonna see if we can get a better shot with my camera. Got done taking some pictures of some puffins. They like land right in front of you. Pretty cool. came back from coffee, going back to our truck for camp, Twillingate. It's not a bad walk, it's only a couple miles on the trail. Happy Saturday. This is night 5 in Newfoundland, and we were just at Grossmoor National Park today. I'm going to give you a quick tour of our camp and our setup. We're on a kind of a private lake here, which is pretty nice. So let's show you around. Brought the gazelle. Got everything set up in there, some chairs, carpet. I'm gonna hang out in here tonight. Yes. Great views. We're really protected. The wind's coming from the ocean, and this is really protected in here where we're at. So let's go around. And some people might know this spot because there's a school bus up here, a yellow school bus. So if you know where it's at, leave a note in the comments.
Story is whatever you want it to be.
gas stop before we get on the ferry to head back to Nova Scotia. We've had awesome weather. Rain moved in today. It's Monday, so really this is the first day we've had rain in the whole time, so we've been very lucky. Gonna get some gas and jump on the ferry, and then enjoy a 6-hour ride. We're gonna get some sleep or watch a movie, get a shower, freshen up a little bit, so that'd be awesome.
Hey, what do you say?